to put it in a standpoint of what we talked about before, I remember thinking when Obama was elected and the McCain-Palin ticket lost, I remember saying, oh, my gosh, if he gets 2 terms, my daughter's going to be 8 when he's out of office. And here we are in May. She'll be 8.
But we all think about that. It's scary that's, I think, in a lot of times that's the way we think. But here's the thing. I'm bothered by the fact that people that are conservative, I can voice my opinion, and people are going to be pissed about the fact that I did. And I don't understand that. Well, I guess I understand it. I'm just curious as to why it's so extreme now. From the differential is so extreme. If you're progressive and you espouse progressive beliefs and opinions, you're lauded and you're given awards. And if you do anything otherwise, you're intolerant and all the things that I'm not.
Right.
Right.
And you take politics out of it. You just like myself, you have friends from all different backgrounds, all different thoughts.
I don't have a racist bone in my body. So when people are calling me racist, I know that one of 2 things is happening. They're misinterpreting what was said or written, or they have an agenda, and that's part of what they need to do. Yeah.
Well, we see an agenda from Washington, Curt. I mean, they hate guns, so they wait for a tragedy, they attack guns. They, hate certain
Well, and that's another. I don't get that. I don't understand why, how, when, and where you are passing a law that people that don't follow the law to begin with will follow.
Right. Curt, they put up a sign. They put up a sign that says gun-free zone. Criminals are going to pay attention to that.
Yeah, I mean, I have my license, and it took me months to get, and I went through a process, and I can't go to a gun show and walk out with something, buying it off the cuff. I have to go through. I have a PIN number with the Department of Criminal Justice and all the things that go with that. But you don't see mass shootings, at NRA meetings or Bass Pro Shops or gun ranges, Army Navy stores or police stations.
Safest places in the world.
Right.
Taking my kids to multiple gun shows.
Gun-free schools, gun-free colleges, gun-free.
Yeah. Right. Well, look at the attacks. Right. California, Paris, soft targets.
It's terrifying, and that I want to be able to be. Listen, I'm not John Wayne, and having a firearm on my body doesn't make me a superhero, but it allows me the opportunity to defend my family if that situation ever presents itself. And I hope it never does, but I think that there's more of a chance today than there's ever been in my life, and I don't see that chance going down.
Well, Curt Schilling,
that's what scares me.
Curt Schilling, it would be easy for people in your position to just be quiet, just like Governor.
Unfortunately, my wife would tell you that's not an option for me.
Governor Palin, same deal, same deal as she would say. Listen, she was. They tried to make her go away, and instead, both of you love your country, love your families, love God, and you know that you sitting on your hands is going to cater to those with a microphone and let this craziness just go ahead and continue. So we do appreciate you. And
listen, God bless and thank you. Tell her I said hello and thank you very much. And I've been a fan, and I always will be. And I hope everything works out over the next 13 to 16 months.
Well, we wish you a happy New Year. And maybe next time you sign something for someone, you write HOF next to it. See what happens.
Well. Yeah, we'll see.
We're rooting for you, Curt. I'm allowed to say that.
Thank you very much.
All right, my friend. Take care.
Take care.
For more from Curt Schilling, go to 38pitches.wordpress.com. That's 38pitches.wordpress.com. Baby Sailor Grace has arrived. Bristol Palin delivered the little girl this past week after the new edition arrived. Governor Palin wrote a beautiful note to Bristol. It read in part, "Oh, perfect love, the best gift ever. Thank you, Bristol, for your strength and good heart and your love of life." The most important people in Bristol's life were there to witness the miracle of Sailor Grace Palin's arrival. Palin added, "We thank Todd for taking care of the rest of the family during this most precious beginning of a great new chapter." Well, from everyone here at Mama Grizzly Radio, congratulations to Bristol and all the best to baby Sailor. Christmas this past week, and Sarah Palin sent her wishes to the masses via Facebook. The governor wrote, quote, "Merry Christmas. I hope you had a joyous day and can keep the Christmas spirit alive in your heart and home all year long. Love from my girls and me," unquote. And Palin included a picture of herself along with Piper, Willow, Bristol, and yes, little Sailor Grace. To see any of the governor's posts in their entirety, visit Sarah Palin's Facebook page, follow her on Twitter at Sarah Palin USA, and check out sarahpack.com.
Now, the Palin Update with Kevin Scholla presents Liberty and Legacy. Here's Tamara Colbert.
Hey there, Happy New Year. I hope you had a Merry Christmas as well. I want to read something that I hope inspires you. I'd like to end the year on a positive note. It comes from Ephesians 3:16 through 19. I pray that out of his glorious riches he may strengthen you with power through the Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. And I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power, together with all the Lord's holy people, to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God. You can probably tell it's a little noisy in the background. I'm here at my sister's house in the East Coast, enjoying family, enjoying this time that I love, that is sacred, that is so special, not because of the presents, but because of the presence of God, and knowing that he was born to sacrifice so much to die for us. I love this time of year. Why is that? It gives us an opportunity to re-energize and rethink and become resilient for the start of that new year. And I pray for each one of you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting Mama Grizzly Radio. Thank you for standing high on your rooted foundation of the liberty and the legacy of this nation, for all that America stands for and represents, and that American ideal that we all love. Thank you, Governor Palin, for all that you are doing. I look forward to more success for 2016 for not necessarily the GOP, but for conservative Americans, real patriots who want to stand tall for liberty. For all of you thinking about New Year's resolutions, I just want you to know I don't make them. I think resolutions are made to be broken. What I do at New Year's is I make affirmations. And this year, one of my most important affirmations is to continue to re-engage with more fervor than ever in the fight for liberty, in the fight to elect common sense men and women to positions of power, both at my local level, my state level, and of course at the federal level. It is my fondest hope, my fondest desire, that all of us can work together in 2016 to make that happen, and to elect someone who is going to stand up for you and for me at the highest echelons of our federal government. But more importantly, I am looking for real leadership right at home, right in our neighborhoods, and we have to not take those races for granted. My friends, it has been an incredible year, an eye-opening year. 2015, what can we say? We're only 372 days away from a new president, and I can't wait. And until then, we have to stay engaged. I hope that this Christmas holiday season has enabled you to become re-energized and refocused on those things that you love. And as you were looking across the table at Christmas, seeing those grandchildren and children of yours and friends and loved ones, thinking about why you are doing this and what we love about America and the freedom to worship and enjoy and hold these traditions. May you all be blessed in 2016. I look forward to meeting many of you as we are on the road to victory. Please tweet me at Tamara Colbert with your affirmations, no resolutions. I can't wait to talk to you next year. And thank you for inspiring me. I always love your comments, even though sometimes I don't get to respond to all of them. You are all amazing, wonderful patriots. I lift you up right now. Have a great new year. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Tamara Colbert for Mama Grizzly Radio.
Tamara Colbert in Texas. Tune in for more Liberty and Legacy next week. And to learn about Convention of States, head to conventionofstates.com. Now our weekly commentary, Steel Resolve. Here's Sarah Steelman.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, we can all breathe a sigh of relief. No worries anymore about temperature rising because President Obama has negotiated a landmark deal. The government, who has ultimate power now, even over temperature, will not allow an increase of more than 2 degrees. It's hard to imagine a government with that kind of power. Of course, this can only be achieved by the United States diverting billions of taxpayer dollars to third world countries to help cut their carbon emissions. And of course, this administration is going to rely upon the goodwill of China to adhere to these standards because, after all, China is completely trustworthy and never cheats or steals in the global marketplace. Forget the fact that many of these countries who pledge their support to reduce carbon emissions don't even have clean water for their country's population. Forget about feeding starving babies. It's more important to divert billions of dollars that could be lifting people out of poverty and sickness to some kind of green energy that is probably never going to be economically feasible. But that's okay with President Obama because he has saved the planet from global warming by using his power to regulate temperature. The founding fathers would be amazed at the godlike power that Obama has derived from his presidency. This is Sarah Steelman for Mama Grizzly Radio.
Tune in again next week for another segment of Steel Resolve right here on the Palin Update. The Palin Update, including Liberty and Legacy, and Steel Resolve, is on demand and available for download. So just head to mamagrizzlyradio.com, pick the show you want to hear, and you can listen anywhere, anytime. Well, that'll just about do it for this edition of the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio. Visit mamagrizzlyradio.com for continuing coverage of Governor Palin. Also, like Mama Grizzly Radio on Facebook and follow along on Twitter at Mama Grizz Radio, at Kevin Scholla, at Tamara Colbert, and at Sarah_Steelman. And I'm doing some writing for Breitbart News. Go to Breitbart.com and search Kevin Scholla. I want to thank Sarah Steelman, Tamara Colbert, and everyone here at Mama Grizzly Radio. Thanks to Curt Schilling, and thank you for listening today. A special thanks to our sponsor, Narrowgate Security Agency. Visit narrowgate.com. The Palin Update is produced by Lena Anderson, the Andy L. Kramer, and Lori Ann Lewis. Please be sure to join us again next time for another edition of the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio. I'm Kevin Scholla. Have a pleasant day and Happy New Year.